Are you ready to start pursuing your career as a flight attendant, but you have no idea where to even begin? Well, then you, my friend, are in the right place because I have an answer for you today. I am Abbie Unger, and I am the founder of Flight Attendant Career Connection, and we offer resources, community, encouragement, and coaching to aspiring flight attendants. So if you are at the very, very beginning of your journey, and you're just now starting to try to figure out what is required of you to become a flight attendant, what it takes to become a flight attendant, what the requirements are as far as the job application or background and training goes, I totally understand that it can be confusing and unsettling, and it's hard to find information. And then when you do find information, who knows if it's right? Well, let me tell you, first of all, that when I started researching on how to become a flight attendant, I was really surprised that I was qualified. I was working at a bank as a teller. I had been there for several years. I loved my job there, but I wanted to be a flight attendant. And when I pulled up the job requirements on the United Airlines flight attendant job board, I was surprised to realize that I really only needed 3 years of customer service background. I needed to be a certain height. I needed to be able to sit in the jump seat. I needed to be able to travel and relocate and have a flexible schedule. I needed to be reliable. And you know what? I was all of those things. I'm 5'2" or so. I fit in the jump seat. I had 7 or 8 years of customer service background. I was ready to move wherever they were going to base me, and I was reliable. So I totally fit all of the job requirements. Now, I was surprised, and you may be surprised to learn, that you do not need any special training. So you don't go to flight attendant school before you get hired as a flight attendant. The airline will hire you, and then they will train you and teach you everything that you need to know here in the U.S. For commercial aviation in the United States, you do not need any special schooling at all. You need customer service experience, and you need a winning personality to get you through the interview. You also need a clean 10-year criminal history, but we're not going to totally talk about that a ton because there's a lot that goes into it, and Canada plays a big part, and that's going to be something probably more of a one-on-one kind of question or something you might want to talk to a lawyer about. And then, of course, if you're a terrorist, hopefully you're not going to be hired as a flight attendant ever. So those kinds of things in your background, we're not going to talk a ton about. What I want to talk about is what is required to be a flight attendant. So again, couple years customer service experience and a winning personality. And at the most basic level, that's what you need. So to become a flight attendant, your first step is to decide if you're ready in your life to become a flight attendant. They are going to want you to move. They are going to want you to be gone from home 20 days and nights a month for work. And that's after training, which is anywhere from 3.5 to 7.5 weeks. Gone, sometimes unpaid. So those are some of the things that you just need to sort of like get your priorities in your life sort of situated. So maybe you need to pay down some debt and build up some cash so that you can go to training. Maybe maybe you're just footloose and fancy free and you can just go. Luckily, I was in my 20s. I was single. And that was the place that I was in, so I could just go to training. I applied on March 16th, and I was in training on May 1st. So, that included all the interviews in between. So that was pretty quick. So that might be something you need to consider. Once you are like, yes, this is it. My family supported me. I got my finances in order. I'm ready to go. The next thing you do is you create a resume. Flight attendant resume, I've got some YouTube videos on it, so I'm not going to talk about it a ton here, but you need to create a resume. The next thing that you do is you apply. Ding, ding, ding. So there's no like LinkedIn connecting. There's no like dropping stuff off at the airport. There's no like who you know. That doesn't really matter in this industry as far as flight attendant goes. You just are going to go on their website, and if the particular airline you're looking at is hiring flight attendants, you apply. You upload your resume, you fill out their application, you answer their questions. Sometimes you're going to end up doing a sort of like a personality test right there on the spot. Sometimes that comes later. Sometimes they don't even do it. But I want you to visit www.flightattendantcareerconnection.com, and then under the airline listings tab is links to all the different airlines, and you can just click through and see who happens to be hiring at that moment when you're ready to start applying, and you start applying. So that's basically all that it takes to get the ball moving. You need to count the cost and make sure your life is ready. You need to get your resume ready, and then you need to apply. After that comes the interviews and then the training. So what do you need? Again, what do you need to get hired as a flight attendant? You need customer service experience. You need a winning personality to get you through the interview. And then you need a resume. So those are the things that you really need to get started. You don't need any special training. You don't need any special school. And you do not need aviation or flight attendant experience. So I hope that this is encouraging to you, and I hope that this fills in a lot of gaps and a lot of what ifs, and I hope that if it's been holding you back because you weren't really sure, because you didn't know if you had the right experience, I hope that you hear me saying that if you have been in customer service, if you worked at McDonald's, or if you worked at a bank, or if you worked retail, and you had customers in front of your face, it's called face-to-face customer service, then you're totally qualified. So I will encourage you to apply, start the interview process. Again, if you have any questions, you can find me on Facebook, Abbie Unger, or join our Facebook group, Flight Attendant Career Connection, or you can email me at facareerconnection@gmail.com. I'm around, so you can find me. Comment under this video if you're on YouTube, and I'm excited for you. If you've got 3 years of customer service experience, I want you to go for it. And this week, I want you to get your resume ready, and I want you to start applying. Good luck. Fly safe. Keep looking skyward.